Hey there, fellow classic comic collectors. As always, I'm Scott Harris King, and today I am, of course, excited because my new comic, The Crimebusters, #7 is finally here, out on Kickstarter. We're going to be looking at the Kickstarter page for that, a bunch of other stuff. So first of all, just let me thank everyone for watching, whether you're watching here live or whether you're watching it here on a delay. Either way, if you're watching the replay, I appreciate you watching it. Now they've changed a few things here in how the StreamYard looks and works. So I'm just trying to figure out a couple things real quick to make sure everything's functioning. And then we're going to jump into them. I'm going to tell you all about this issue. I'm going to tell you all about the Kickstarter campaign, and just a good time will be had by all. As always, of course, though, there are these technical issues. Par for the course, of course. Par for the course. But everything seems to be working. And again, thanks so much for watching. Let's see, we got some people watching here. Emmanuel, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know that it's you're over there in Europe where it's very late, so I appreciate you staying up for this. Thanks so much. And here we are, Crimebusters #7. It's taken quite a while to get out here. Just some behind the scenes stuff with Crimebusters #7. I thought we were going to have this out last fall, and we got 30 of the 36 pages were done by August, and then something happened to the artist. I hope he's okay, but my artist, Mac Radwanski, who had done issues 5 and 6 previously, disappeared, and haven't gotten any response from him since then. So eventually I had to bring on a different artist, a guy by the name of Lionel Di Toronto, and to finish the book. Luckily, the way the story plays out, it actually makes sense for the artwork to change partway through it, so I was able to incorporate that into the plot. But that was the main reason for the delay. The book is almost complete as I'm doing this live stream. We launched today. The campaign's going to run through May 16. So it's about a little over 3 weeks. My hope is that everything will be done by the end of the campaign. There's another 2 weeks after that before I get the money from Kickstarter. So it'll be first week of June before I actually get paid by Kickstarter. So at the latest, I'm hoping to have the book 100% done by then, so I can immediately send it to the printer once I get the money to do so. I thought I was going to have it done already, but you may have noticed these here. Yes, I hurt both of my hands. I don't know if it's carpal tunnel or tendonitis, but I haven't been able to do any drawing or writing for 2 or 3 weeks now, because it hurts my hands to do anything with them. So that slowed me down, but we're hoping that we're going to move past that, because the book is almost done. I've got about 16 pages left to just finish the shading. Like the coloring's done. It's just a matter of me adding like a little bit of lighting and shading to the last 16 pages. And then I've got about 20 pages left, that maybe 25, that need the lettering finished. And that's it. So we're this close to being done. So I'm hoping that my hands will heal up enough so I can have all that done sometime in the next 5.5 weeks. Because it really, there's not that, like, in terms of how many hours of work is left to finish it, it's not that much. It's just a matter of being able to physically do it. So that's where we're at with the campaign, but it's here. We're finally launched. So let's take a look at the Kickstarter page. The other thing I want to mention right up front here, this is very exciting. If you look in the notes for the live stream below, so if you're on YouTube, you look at the notes below, there's a special link there. Kickstarter has started doing a brand new thing called secret reward levels. So if you have the secret link, which is in the notes down below, you can click on that. There's going to be a secret reward level that only people with the link can see. And what I've done is I've created a secret reward tier only for people that watch the YouTube channel. I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me over the years. And I want to share this with more of you. I know times are really tough right now. So basically what I'm doing is, if you follow that link, it'll have a tier where you can catch up on the physical copies of the entire series. So it's the trade paperback that collects issues 1 through 5. And then you'll also get copies of 6 and 7. So all 7 issues, it's over 250 pages, and it'll be at cost. So it's basically the cost of the printing and the shipping, and there's a couple fees that Kickstarter has. But basically, there's no markup at all. That if you at that reward tier, that's what it costs me to make them. So I'm stripping everything away to make it literally as cheap as I possibly can for you guys that watch the YouTube channel to be able to get Crimebusters and check it out. Because I just wanted to sort of give a thank you to all of you for your support, for watching me talk about it and going, coming to these live streams and coming to conventions and all this stuff. So if you haven't had a chance to get the Crimebusters before now, here's the chance. Normally it's $55. That's like cover price for everything. This is going to be $28 if you follow the secret link down below. This it's only being shared here on YouTube for the YouTubers. So that's just a little thank you. So I'm really excited about that. Kickstarter is always, the last year and a half or so, they've really been rolling out all these new things, and a lot of them have been really cool. I'm hoping they're going to extend this so that they also have secret add-on levels, because I would really love to do that as well. But for now, it's just for the reward tiers. But I'm really excited to have that. I'm also excited for just the comic in general. So let's take a look at the Kickstarter page. Right up at the top, you'll see this cool picture here. And you can see that we just launched earlier today, and we're at, we just got it back. We're at $918 with 38 backers. So thank you all so much for this. You may notice, if you've been following my previous campaigns, that we're already funded. And so that's because I'm trying a little bit of a different strategy this time. Normally I set the goal at right around what I need to actually break even. Usually it's a little bit under, because I figure, well, I can absorb a little bit of a loss if I need to, but I try and keep it pretty straight. So for the Crimebusters, I'm usually setting that goal at 28 or 2,900. Realistically, I need to get about 3,000 in order to kind of break even on things. This time around, though, I set the goal for $500. Now, part of that is just because I know times are really tough these days. I'm not sure if people are going to have the income to, buy comics on Kickstarter. And it's really important to me to get this comic out, particularly because it's taken so much longer than I thought it would to get it out. I've decided I'm just going to risk it. I've already paid for everything. So the only thing I really need the money for is to print it and ship it. So I set my goal at a level where I could print it and ship it for that. And then if necessary, I'll just eat the cost. Now, obviously I don't want to do that because that's like $2,000. But we're going to give it a try with the lower goal. Now, there's a couple other reasons that I've done that. Well, we're going to see how it works. I have some friends in the Kickstarter community who set these low goals, and there's a couple reasons that potentially you can do it. Nobody's really sure how the algorithms work on Kickstarter, but there's some people think that if you fund like in the first hour or 2 hours and you're funded immediately, you're going to be boosted up in the algorithms. They're going to show it to more people. I don't know if that's true or not, but one thing that I think is true, which again is hard to say, is basically, for new backers coming in, they look at a campaign, and if it's not funded, sometimes people are wary about backing something because they don't know if they're going to get it. They don't know if it's actually going to happen. And so people are more likely to fund in general if the campaign has already funded. People are more likely to back a campaign if they can see that it's already funded. So we're going to see if that shakes a few things out, because usually I'm funding in the last 24 hours or even the last 12 hours. And so people that are sitting on the fence a lot of times end up not backing. So we're going to see if this time around, since we've already funded here on the first day, anyone who comes to the campaign over the next 2.5 weeks will see that we're already funded and will hopefully feel more comfortable diving in and backing it with confidence that they're going to get it. Now, of course, as far as I'm concerned, everybody can back with confidence. This is my 18th or 19th campaign. I actually am losing track at this point. I think this might be my 18th campaign. All of my previous campaigns have funded, thankfully. That's thanks to your support. But I've also delivered all of them on time. And because of that, I've gotten the backer's favorite tag, which is given to Kickstarter creators based on the survey results from backers. So let's take a look at the actual campaign. See here, it says, when spooky spirits and weird happenings begin haunting the campus of Curtis Tech, it's up to student sleuths Trixie Trouble and Chuck Chandler to solve the mysteries before someone dies. Welcome to the Crimebusters. And then we have this awesome cover. Now, the guy that did this is named Manuel Bracchi. He's absolutely tremendous. He's got this fantastic style that is very reminiscent of cartoons and is perfect for Crimebusters. Now, Manuel's also done a cover for me for an upcoming issue of Cthulhu vs. Uncle Sam #3. So when that comes out, he's going to be doing the main cover for that as well. And hopefully we'll be seeing more stuff from Manuel in the future, because I love his work, and I'm hoping to bring him on board for more covers and variant covers because I love it. So usually this is the first time I've had a comic where the main cover is not by the interior artist. And there's two reasons I did that. The first is that since I basically sell only through Kickstarter, everyone can just pick whatever the cover they want. So that's less important than if it was on like a newsstand or something, because you can see from the samples what the interior art looks like before you buy it. And so it's just a matter of, it's just not as important, I think. But also in this case, as I mentioned earlier, I had two different interior artists because one of them disappeared. So I decided it was less important there because I couldn't do a cover where both of them were drawing it. So in this case, I thought, let's just go with Manuel's cover because I loved it so much. Here's some little text about this issue. In Crimebusters #7, an investigation into the cursed artwork of the mad painter Richard Upton Pickman leads Trixie and Chuck to travel to South America, where they run into their twisted doppelgangers in a sinister plot devised by Dracula. If you're a fan of Scooby-Doo, Nancy Drew, or Archie's Weird Mysteries, you'll love every creepy clue and mysterious monster in the Crimebusters #7, which is a 36-page full-color comic spooktacular. And here is a cover that has art from the interior artist, Mac Radwanski. This is the Kickstarter exclusive, which I'm printing only 50 of these. And obviously it's an homage to the Choose Your Own Adventure books from the 1980s when I was growing up. I've called it Tomb of Dracula, obviously as an homage to the 70s Marvel Dracula series. Yeah, I'm really pleased with this cover here. And then we go right into the sneak preview. We've got 7 pages, the first 7 pages in the preview, but before we get to that, we have this preview from later in the issue. I wanted to show Dracula because, people are expecting Dracula and he doesn't show up till halfway through the comic. So we're jumping ahead a little with some pages. I didn't want to have any spoilers because it's pretty far into the story. But here's Dracula, and we get some flashbacks where you see, the Dracula of legend there. And then we have the preview. Again, if you follow the link in the notes down below, you'll be able to read the first 7 pages to see if it's up your alley. I think you'll all really dig it, though, because we start off here. In the last issue, they discovered that Richard Upton Pickman they got a clue that he had become a comic book artist. And so we start this issue with them looking through the school library archives of comic books. Of course, this takes place in 1957, so this is shortly after the Comics Code went into play, and there was all the Senate hearings and stuff. And so you can see here in these preview pages, they're looking through all these old like EC comics and stuff, trying to find art by Pickman. And then they discover a comic book that's about them, that they are in, and it's actually showing what's happening. So it gets very meta. And you can check out the rest, but basically the comic says that they have to go to South America, and then the rest of the pages are ripped out. So the only way to find out what happens next, since they can't read the rest of the comic, is to go to South America. Now for you don't have to go to South America. You can actually get the comic and find out what happens next, because I promise that when I send you the Crimebusters number 7, the rest of the pages won't be ripped out. So you're going to get a much better deal than poor Chuck and Trixie here. Emmanuel says, I do like that cover. Isn't it great? I'll be honest, Emmanuel Brocky, who did that cover, he was supposed to do the interiors for the whole Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam number 3, which is currently in progress. But unfortunately, something came up and he had to drop out after doing just the cover for it. So that was a big bummer, because I love his artwork. Luckily, I found another artist who is also really cool, who is currently working on Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam number 3. But hopefully, Manuel will be able to find time in his schedule to do more covers, at least for me, since those take a much less of a time commitment than interiors. Here's some more of the preview pages with them getting on the plane to South America. And here's what I mentioned about the Kickstarter fans, the backer favorite. So here's the regular catch-up bundle for people. The cover price is $45. I'm doing a special deal for the cover price is $55. I'm doing a special deal for most people for $45. But again, if you follow the link down below, just for YouTube people, you can get it at cost for $28 for the set of all 3 of those. Now, if you haven't gotten any of my stuff before, I'm doing a special here where you can catch up on everything, the Crimebuster Comics library, all the comics that I've put out so far, which is crazy to think, but I've actually been doing this long enough that I've got 13 comics out now. So it's 7 issues of Crimebusters. You'll get the trade with issues 1 through 5 collected. You get issues 6 and 7. You also get Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam 1 and 2, Quest 1 through 4, and my romance comic Geek Love number 1. And that reward tier is $99 plus shipping for the whole set. I think it's over, might even be over 500 pages now. It's definitely over 400. I'm trying to do some math in my head. Let's see. Carry 1. I think it's between 400 and 500 pages. And here's some of the other variants. Now, every issue of Crimebusters, we do a Trixie's Mysteries variant. And here it is for book 7. These are designed to look like the Nancy Drew book covers. This is by Martha Schwartz. Martha has a couple different series. The Seed Seekers and Aliens West are the 2 series she does here on Kickstarter. She's had like 14 or 15 successful campaigns, and she's a big fan of like the 3 Investigators and stuff like that, which I am too, which are big inspiration. So she reached out to me. She wants to do a cover, and I love the colors here. She has Trixie in the library with Dracula coming out of the book. So that's available by itself, or you can get a whole set of the Trixie stuff, which we'll show later. And then here's the Boy Comics variant, of course, for old school comic collectors. Chuck Chandler, aka Crimebuster, originally appeared in the Golden Age in Boy Comics. And so every issue I do a Boy Comics variant with the original numbering and logo from Boy Comics. So this is number 126. Now this cover is an homage to Jack Kirby's cover for Tales of Suspense 58. One thing that occurred to me, obviously that's a little bit later. It's like 64 or I think it's 64. It might be 65, but I think it's 64. The design is definitely Silver Age. It occurred to me that even though, you think of Crimebuster and Boy Comics as being Golden Age, the series didn't end until 1956. The last few issues of the series are actually code approved. And so by the time this is coming out, our characters are in mid 57. So it occurred to me that in terms of the designs, I've been aiming for kind of a Golden Age feel, but actually design wise, I'm going to be moving these into the Silver Age going forward, to sort of capture that moment. Benjamin Morris. Benjamin, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. More love for the Bracky cover. Yeah, it's so good. If I have time here before this ends, I'll show the his cover for Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam #3, which don't have a launch date for yet, but will be sometime late summer or early fall, I think, depending on when the interior artist finishes it. For the last year, every issue I've been doing a 5th anniversary cover to celebrate 5 years of making comics. We've now done 6 years because it's taken me a little longer than I expected to get these all out. But Crimebusters #7, the covers obviously are designed to look like the Marvel 25th anniversary covers. And here is Trixie. Now, this is by an artist by the name of Len M. She previously did the Trixie Mysteries cover for me for issue 5, and everybody loved it, particularly me. Absolutely loved the cover she did for Crimebusters 5. So when I was looking for someone to do the Trixie portrait in particular, I reached out to her and she did this one for me, and knocked it out of the park again. So this is only available as an add-on, or if you get the set of all the covers, that's available. And then I liked Manuel's cover so much that this is the first time I've ever done a Virgin variant for Crimebusters. But you can get the Virgin variant because I wanted to offer up a version that doesn't have any of the trade dress or logos or anything. So this is, I'm only printing 25 of these. You can either do as an add-on, or it has its own separate reward tier as well. Thinking about doing a super limited add-on to do metal covers as well, because I just really love this. I think it would look really cool metal, particularly with the moon and stuff. I think like the shine on it would be really great. But I don't know. I tried to, I offered a metal cover for last issue for the first time, and nobody backed it. No one picked it up as an add-on. So I'm not sure that the Crimebusters audience is really interested in that sort of thing. But I might run up the flagpole again later, because I want to offer this cover basically in as many possible ways as I can. And then here's the reward tiers again. So the best deal here is the set of all 6 covers. I had actually priced this as the set of all 5 covers, and then I decided to do the Virgin variant. So if you get all of these, you're actually getting like really, really cheap per unit, because that Virgin variant have it priced at 20 because I'm only printing 25 of them, and I'm probably going to have to go to a separate printer to have a super small print run, and that'll cost me more per unit and blah, 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 stuff like that. But I had already launched when I added the Virgin variant, and so it didn't seem fair to people that had backed for the set of all the covers for them to miss out on one of the covers. So I just added it here. So it's a super deal. You can get all 6 of the covers for just $49 plus shipping. And then we talk a little about the add-ons. I'm hoping I'm not expecting to get far enough to really do any stretch goals. I'm just not expecting that much backing. I would love to do some trading cards, though. It says here, Crimebuster Comics set of 24 trading cards. I actually need to edit that once I'm done with the live stream, because there's actually 28 trading cards. But I would love to do 3 more here. I'd love to do trading cards for Dracula, but also I forgot to even mention, let me scroll up real quick, go back to that Boy Comics cover. One thing that's just super fun for me, because I'm a total nerd, is you can see Chuck is battling his doppelganger Husty. They go to Argentina in this story, and part of the reason that I came up with this in the first place is that in the 1950s, Boy Comics, the Crimebuster strip from Boy Comics, was reprinted in Argentina, but they changed the character's name to Yusty. So they changed his shirt so it had a J on it instead of a C. So I really wanted Chuck to meet Yusty, his South American doppelganger, in the story. So I would love to do a trading card for Yusty, and also there's a South American vamp vixen character who's a South American a doppelganger for Trixie, which is a big part of the plot here. So I'd really love to do trading cards for Dracula, for Yusty, and for the other Trixie as well. But I don't know if we're going to get that far. The trading cards cost a fair amount to print. So as much as I love doing them, we have to really do it as a stretch goal once I've kind of made my money back. So I don't know if we're going to get that far, but there's a couple things actually on this page I realize I need to update on this graphic in particular. You can get the Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam 1 and 2 set, but they're not going to have those covers. Actually, they have the anniversary covers. And then I'm also offering a thing where you can be in issue 8. We'll see if anybody goes for that. People in the previous ones have had a lot of fun with it, and I've enjoyed putting some of the fans in the comic. So I'm doing it for $125. This issue, issue 7's got a couple people. You can actually see them in the preview. So if you want to see what it's going to look like, if you choose this, in the preview pages, the librarian on page 1 was a reader that was drawn into it, and then the pilot on page 7, who also appears in a panel on page 8, on page 9, I think, was another fan who purchased this reward. Next issue, in issue 8, is going to be in the backup story, and you'll be drawn in, whoever gets it will be drawn into at least one page and probably multiple pages as the warden of an insane asylum. And if someone claims that, I'm going to have some cheaper cameos available, which will just be one panel, but you'll be drawn in as one of the people in the asylum. One of the residents. So we'll see how that goes. People have really liked these in the past, and I enjoy it as well. Without the support of the community, this comic wouldn't exist. So I like offering people a chance to be part of the story, and I feel like it really helps build a sort of a connection. And so that's pretty much it. That's Crimebusters number 7. So let me just pull this back out so you're looking at me. So that's Crimebusters number 7. Again, the Kickstarter is live until Friday, May 16. Just as an aside, the day after this ends, I'll be doing another live stream on Friday, May 16. On May 17, on Saturday, May 17, I'm going to be at a convention that's going to be at the Haverhill Public Library convention at the Haverhill Public Library in Haverhill, Massachusetts. So come down and see me and all the other indie creators that are there. So that'll be a lot of fun. While I'm here, let me show you that Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam. Let me just have 1 second to do that. Okay, let me share this. All right, so the pre-launch page for Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam number 3 is live. Again, it probably won't be launched until August at the earliest, because in between Crimebusters and Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam number 3, first of all, Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam number 3 needs to we need to finish drawing it. But then secondly, quest number 5, my fantasy comic quest number 5 is going to be coming out probably in June. So it's going to come out in between. I need to have that finished before I can launch this. But the pre-launch page is live now. And here is Manuel Bracke's cover for Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam number 3. We did a real Golden Age style cover where Uncle Sam is, has been captured. He's strapped to this thing, and the evil scientist has got his evil scientist devices all around him. And he's part of the cult of Cthulhu. He's about to inject Uncle Sam with this thing. There's the big statue of Cthulhu in the background. And then this is a redesigned Golden Age character called War Nurse, who I redesigned with sort of more of a Wonder Woman type of feel than the original costume, smashing through the wall to save Uncle Sam. And this is called The Brides of Cthulhu. So I love this cover. And, it's too bad the manual is not able to do the interiors, but I love the work that Samir Samau is doing. Now, Samir did these anniversary covers for Cthulhu vs. Uncle Sam. He's doing the interiors for issue 3, and they look really, really cool. And here's his anniversary cover for issue 3 with Granny Gumshoe on it. So this is going to be really cool. I'm really excited to get this out. I have big plans for this series. If assuming issue 3 does okay, and I don't lose too much money on it, I'm really hoping to get to issue 4, because with issue 4, I've got a whole new storyline I want to start that takes it in a very different direction. But really excited for issue 3. I've been working on this story I've had in the back of my head for years, ever since I finished issue 2.5 years ago. I've been waiting to do issue 3, so I'm really excited for that. So the pre-launch page is up now. You can hit the notify me on launch to make sure you don't miss that or miss any of the variant covers on that. Okay. And then the other thing I'll show you real quick is the pre-launch page for quest number 5. Pre-launch page is also up for quest number 5. So let me show you that. So here's the pre-launch for quest number 5, where our intrepid adventuring party continues their quest into the Lost Lands here, and they end up in a ruined city. So you can see this one's called Showdown in the Temple of Skulls, and I have some great variant covers here. Check out this awesome stained glass cover here. And then you can get the set with all 5 issues to catch up on everything so far. There's the regular cover. The D&D module cover, which I drew. It's obviously an homage to the Hidden Shrine of Temoacan. It's a classic D&D module. And the module version will have a module in it, so you can play through the adventures from your home game. There's a sample from a previous issue. Here's the TSR Pick a Path to Adventure Endless Quest variant, which I do every issue for this. Here's the Bronze Age throwback variant cover by Eiler Azusano, who did the throwback for issue 4 as well. Looks really awesome. Here's Samir Samau's anniversary cover. So anyway, this is mostly done as well. I just need to, I need to just finish the lettering and the shading on issue 5. So as soon as Crimebusters 7 is out at the printer, this will be launching. So it'll probably be early June. Right now we have 79 followers. I'd really like to get that to 125 before we launch. So, feel free to hit that up. I would love to share this with everybody. And that's it. So let me just take one last look back here at Crimebusters number 7. here we are, the Crimebusters number 7. And we're currently at 39 backers, $934. Thank you all so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Again, this campaign will be live until the evening of Friday, May 16. And I'll be doing another live stream to celebrate the end of the campaign then. Hopefully by then my hands will be feeling better and I will have finished the comic and we can get that out to the printer right away. I'm really excited for this, to get this out here. Again, follow the link down below and you'll be able to see the secret reward that's only available to people on YouTube, where you can get the whole series so far at cost. So I really want to give everyone an opportunity to read this, because that's what it's all about. I also want to mention that starting with issue 8 of Crimebusters, I'm going to go back to drawing it myself. I've started working on the cover for issue 8. That was before my hands. But I'm excited. I've got issue 8 pretty much plotted out. I've got issue 9 all plotted out. In fact, I'd started on issue 9 before issue 8. So I've already got some pages done for issue 9. So I'll be drawing at least issues 8 and 9, and we'll see where we're at with the changing landscape of Kickstarter and just the economy in general. I'm going to be going back to drawing as many of my comics as I can. I think it's the only way financially to keep things going. But also, I'm really excited to get back to it. As much as I've loved the artwork from Mac and Leonel and other people that have worked on Crimebusters, it really is sort of a passion project for me. And so being able to draw it myself and really tell the story the way I see it in my head is very exciting for me. So I can't wait to get these hands working again and get back to drawing Crimebusters 8. It takes me a long time to draw even when my hands are functioning. So I don't know how soon Crimebusters 8 will be coming out. It probably won't be out till next year. But for now, Crimebusters 7 is available. 36 pages, full color action. So I hope everybody really digs it. And again, just check out that secret link down below. So thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. Appreciate everyone who came out here for the live stream, and everyone who's watching it. Watching the replays. I really appreciate it very much. And I can't wait to share more comics with you.